What is up, everybody? Brett here. I'm back with Good Talk Gaming, playing some Kingdom Rush HD, the PC version of the mobile game Kingdom Rush. Okay, so picking up where we left off last time, which I think was episode 9, we finished on Rotwick, and we got to see some new rat-themed enemies, and it was a very swarmy map, lots of zombies and skeletons. And yeah, I was hoping to continue this little mini campaign here and go into the second level, which is the ancient Necropolis. So I was going to bring our Frost Mage, thinking that she's very good with her AoE and magic damage as well as air. And if I remember right, that could all be very relevant for this map. So let me go ahead and read the campaign blurb. It says, "We'll look back fondly on that ambush at Rotwick, for now the royal road brings us to the Necropolis. As our men make their way through ancient crypts and ransacked tombs, they grow restless with the staggering amount of open graves. The preternatural silence only makes it worse, as it is undoubtedly but a preamble to another attack by the forces of darkness." Okay, so this is kind of a unique map and I'm excited to do it. I don't think I'll have any trouble on normal difficulty, but I remember back in the day, when this first was released, doing this on veteran. And I don't know if it was one of the challenge modes or what, but I remember it being quite difficult.
Ice, baby.
And you'll see here the things we learned from the first map, Rotwick. We see all these little skeleton places and zombie body parts, and we know that things can spawn from these, so we want to be careful to protect our back line. And I'm seeing things I want to click on. Achievement unlocked, Nevermore. That's an achievement. And I see a creepy doll here. Oh, come on, that's got to do something. I don't know, I want to rain of fire it though. That's going to disturb me for the rest of this. Okay, let's get to building. Skeleton warriors on the first wave and skeletons. Okay. So we have 2 points of entrance here and 2 exits. This is kind of ominous looking next to all these skeletons. We can't interact with any of this, I don't believe. But I'm seeing like this place here. This almost looks like something's going to come out of the woods. I don't remember if that's the case. But anyway, let's do our best here. We're going to use these outside positions for our barracks, and I think that's pretty safe. And they should intercept any skeletons that are summoned. Thinking about something like a ranger tower here to potentially hit both of these lanes and apply poison. Our initial placements are quite important. There's a high chance of messing it up, and I don't want to do that. Thinking about where to drop our bombardments, and I think this is a fine place for a Dwarven Bombard, eventually to make it a Tesla. And this could just as easily be an excellent second place. Here. What I'm not sure about is whether or not zombies will spawn from this location. And if that's the case, I mean, we can play further back than this. Something like that. Keep her in the center here. And potentially put mage towers here. And maybe we do something more like this. Have these guys be ranged barbarians with some paladins up front. I think that's fine. And I think there's an enemy type on this map, if I'm remembering correctly, and I don't want to spoil things for you guys, where magic damage becomes pertinent. This is also quite a powerful position. If you're looking at this area and you think this is a great spot to put something like a Tesla, You are absolutely correct. The passive shock damage that would come off of that would do a lot of damage. And I think we are pretty safe to go ahead, excuse me, and do that. And we could even place 2 barracks here to help somewhat thin the horde of zombies that will make it to our back lines, as well as just holding them in place for the eventual upgrades.
Winter is coming.
Make sure they're in a good spot. And as we upgrade the surrounding towers, we'll know better what we need to do. And yep, as we thought, skeletons are going to spawn right away here. And I'm not sure if we have exactly what we need to deal with them. But we need to get our hero doing some damage. We need her to level quickly so she can start pumping out those powerful AoE spells. There we go, a little bit slow. And I don't particularly care that she's in melee right now. I just care that she's hitting and she's getting experience. She will heal as she levels, as well as if I just go ahead and take her out of combat. Don't want to let her die, however. That is for sure. We can get some slightly stronger ground guys and look to rain some fire down there. I put them a little higher up so that they actually wouldn't engage in melee. Hopefully that wasn't a mistake. Level 4 now, so we got another ability. I think that's Frostbite. We don't have any heavy hitting towers at the moment, so we're really relying on the DPS from Allura. And let's drop some more fire. Yeah, and the zombies are coming from here, so that's worth noting. And we may upgrade that as well. And we can bring her back and let her help out this back area. Level 5 already. She levels quite quickly when she's able to cast her spells. Now this may be a case where we were mistaken to go quantity over quality. We really need to get up some Tesla towers as soon as possible here. And we're having to spend a lot of our gold on our footmen. Funnily enough, they're coming down. They're not going straight across this way. Come on, Lord. She's almost level 6. And we can fireball or rain of fire if we need to. But let's upgrade this right now. Level 6. Let her do her magic damage. And if we notice they change their direction to go that way, we will 100% rain of fire. But I think we're going to make it out of this. Skeletons, fallen knights, so there's a new enemy for us. And I think we can summon early. And let's see what the fallen knights do. Tainted knights who follow a dark path of blood and slaughter. High magic resistance, okay, so high damage, return as undead. And I think the undead version of them, it does take... Wow, they have high magic resistance. Somewhat rough, but I think... Okay, and we're leaking a bit here. We don't want to do that. I think we can use the power of our legionnaires. seriously gonna leak one guy here? I don't think so. Yeah, not today, buddy. Upgrade here. So he's gonna die and spawn a ghost. And we're gonna nuke the ghost. Because if I remember right, yeah. They're immune to physical damage, so you have to kill them with magic damage. Spectral Knights. Tormented souls of oath-breaking knights doomed to roam between life and death. So having these is kind of like a backline catch for those Spectral Knights is certainly necessary. And it seems like we were able to fend off the skeletons. She's also going to be very good, obviously, at killing the spectral form of those knights. Fortunately, the Legionnaires do a lot of damage. Let's see what we have coming. So next time we have Fallen Knights coming in the bottom. That was an unfortunate choice of words. But we're going to need to move her up almost as soon as they kill him. And we want to kill him before he gets past our mage towers. And at this point, we almost have another rain of fire. Nearly have him. That was a bit of a whiff there, an accidental click. That's okay. You can call early and greatly reduce the cooldowns there. And we really need to get up our Teslas. Make sure our heroes are being effective. Gotta love the slow. And I'm upgrading this one first. It's odd to me that no one's trying to run down this path, at least the chaff units aren't. But I have a feeling that's going to change quickly. So we're going to kill him just to quickly get his spectral form down. We brought maybe the perfect lord to do that with, so we're going to take advantage. And we only need one Tesla tower to hold these skeletons back. And we almost have it here. But our Legionnaires do tons of physical damage, while our hero does all the magic damage we need. And we'll place our Legionnaires down here. And we don't want her taking the massive attack damage from those guys. And she's already level 10. That's unbelievable how quickly she levels. And here we go, the back line. And we need to start getting these upgrades now. Let's drop some fire, and we got a lucky hit up here. Quite happy about that. So now we have some overcharge. And we want to max that out. And now they're just sending straight Spectral Knights at us. So let's bring her here. And I'm not sure if Paladin's AoE damage counts as magical. It very well might. But I just feel like I just don't have enough gold to do everything I need to do. To build all the things I need to build. Hero's doing great.
It's chilling time.
And we're going to trust that it's going to be able to take this down. And we're going to move Allura up here to try and deal with these guys before they're able to leak. And the game is somewhat telling us, come on man, you need to get some powerful magic towers up. Let's make sure we can do that. And we can hold this guy up until he gets his spectral form, kill him, and then move Allura back up. So necromancers incoming and lots of zombies. So there's great damage on these wizard towers, and these spectral knights, the counterbalance between their immunity to physical damage is certainly their much lower HP. So before these guys even get a chance to summon some skeletons, let's go get them. Use these legionaries. I don't think we get any gold from their skeleton summons, so there's really no benefit to letting them live long enough to cast a bunch of stuff. Let Allura heal up in the background here. And we'll just take all this free gold from these zombies. I'm not afraid of these guys whatsoever.
Freedom!
And we can look to get a Tesla as soon as possible. So another new enemy coming, the Abomination. Very similar to kind of the Warcraft Abomination, if you remember that guy. Or Stitches from Heroes of the Storm. He's an Abomination. And we'll see them in a moment. They're quite dangerous, and they're part of the reason that I probably have an innate dislike for quickly upgrading my footmen, because there are so many units in the game that are designed to punish that, and here's one of them. So, a giant flesh golems made out of mutilated limbs and bodies of many creatures. Slow speed, but they explode on death. So that's going to take out our frontline guys. And of course, the Zombonis summoned behind us. So we need to back this up to here. And they're finally starting to go towards this path. Let's just hold up these guys here. Upgrade that just to give them a little help, so I think they're going to need it. Now, they have 2,500 HP and low armor, so they're not that easy to kill, and they do damage. Let's make sure we don't leak on something simple like zombies. And we can hold these guys back long enough to clear out the chaff and focus something like a rain of fire on them. We take a lot of damage from that. They are slow. They'll stand in the fire all day. And you'll see here, the health is just dropping. But once one of these dies and explodes, they're going to do a lot of damage, and we don't want our hero anywhere near that. And her ability to freeze one guy is so solid. And the reason why I'm prioritizing a Tesla tower so far up is it's going to kill tons of the chaff before they ever get a chance to get to our back line. Yeah, I just feel super gold deprived. And I'm not sure if that's because I should have rushed more powerful Tesla towers early game instead of trying to be well-rounded. That would have served me better. And then I would have been able to confidently call all these waves early. Don't know. But I do know that having this abomination still up is quite bad. So let's prioritize nuking him. And there we get our first overcharge here, and we're going to level that quickly. It's going to hit both of these choke points often, and even supercharged bolt will be very good for us. And I think our backline has this handled, so let's make sure she's up here doing the DPS. And we want to make sure we're getting maximum damage out of this tower. Her slow, we want to keep them here as long as possible. Certainly don't want to neglect these three very scary gentlemen. So there we go, that's better.
It's chilling time. Winter is coming.
And I think now we bring her down and start taking these guys out. Or at least giving them some slows. Let's drop some fire on them.
It's chilling time. Winter is coming.
And boy, do we need something like an arcane tower. We don't want them to just walk by here. We need them to stay and fight. Gotta hold them back long enough to get rid of these spectral dudes. Oh, and the rats are coming now. That's terrible. Gotta take this guy out. He's dragging us down. We just need a little more gold. And I went with an arcane wizard, hoping at some point we're gonna have enough gold to get something like teleport or even death ray. Let's get one more bolt here. And let's kill these summoners. Those guys are awful. And at this point we might even need another... Oh god, there's so many. I think we need more stopping points for these guys. Okay, luckily they're going up this way and these guys seem to be going down this way. These are such long levels too. They're very grindy. So we're only on wave 9. So if we were to like lose at this point, we'd have to start all over and it's pretty miserable. And we need our Rain of Fire here. And I think with that we can bring her down here. Keep these guys separate. Come on, buddies. And I placed this here fully intending to upgrade that if we can.
Ice, ice, baby. Cool. It's chilling time.
I'm sweating a little bit. We could look to get a sorcerer mage, but I'm thinking the one-shot ability might be important. Let's get some paladins. Let's make our backline nice and strong. And we can quickly, well, we're doing so much damage here, I don't think we need to. I was thinking of dropping a rain of fire on them, but I think we've got that. One thing we do need, however, is more gold, more and more gold. Let's let her do her magic damage. And we can get Musketeer here. And maybe a Ranger here. Or a Ranger here, Sorcerer Tower there. Something like that. Arcane Wizards, man, they have such huge damage when they hit for the high end. And I think we can get a Musketeer garrison. Look to get a Sorcerer Mage there. Just outside of the range, that's unfortunate. Luckily they're not immune to magic damage. So we're still able to do something to them. Let's get that Sorcerer Mage, excellent. Paladins are back here. Yeah, let's get these guys out of here. We need to clear the way. And we need Musketeer garrisons for their sniper shots. And I think that's what we're going to do. We need to start getting one-shots on these guys. We can hold them back all day with our reinforcements. And I think we want to somewhat stagger these so that the explosions don't take them all out. Death Ray would also be great. And even an elemental standing here would be fine. We'll see how this goes. Yeah, let's get him down here. And once this is fully upgraded, it'll be a great... Hopefully it'll be one-shotting these guys, is the dream. So I think even a tier 1 elemental can tank these guys all day. We can drop a little fire. Yeah, Polymorph would also be very solid. But they're so slow that we should be able to teleport them. And then they have to make kind of that trudging walk all over again. We're doing fine. This doll is freaking me out. Like a Chucky doll. So, Fallen Knights, Spectral Knights. Okay, it's just another one of those where we get tons of those guys. I think here we get Paladins. And at some point when we're swimming in gold near the end, we will look to kit them out with at least one of every ability. And we can place this down, it's super cheap and it still gives us that same slow. And after nuking these guys, we should have a good bit of gold. Get ourselves some early magic damage on them. Luckily they don't regenerate or anything like that. Slow them down there. See teleport finally taking effect. And it's doing big damage to the Spectral Knights. Won't do much to the fallen knights. And we can get a musketeer garrison for some more sniping. Let's call her back. Yeah, excellent teleports there. I would have loved to get rangers at some point, but that doesn't seem to be happening. And we are all out of spaces. But this is fine. So I have 3 more waves left, Fallen Knights and Necromancers. Let's look to get this upgraded. It's a nearly finished tower. And we can look to get a Sorcerer's Mage here. And let's drop some fire on these guys. Take out the Necromancers before they're able to summon enormous armies. And these guys are our last defense against these zombies here that may try and sneak in our back lane. There we go. Barbarians done. And as I see, it might sound like I'm waffling back and forth over what to pick. It's as I see which areas are more secure. Like I notice our front line is going so well that I don't need to be as worried. What I need to start thinking about is the possibility that something small and stupid, like just a couple zombies sneaking past here, could be what actually kills us. Could look to get another elemental. And having these guys be just strong enough to stand and fight so that our major damage dealers can do the work is what we're looking for here. Right, let's bring her back for these knights. And that's enough of that. We're going to stagger them just a little bit. What kind of enemies do we have? We have a lot of guys coming from the top this time. Interesting. So we can upgrade there, upgrade here. And we're looking quite solid. Would like to get teleportation here, and even maybe Big Bertha wouldn't be too bad. Yeah, you saw that snipe? That took him out one shot. That's beautiful. That's what we need. And we can even get polymorphs are very strong against them. Killing them in the sheep form, they don't explode. So that's a huge benefit. And we'll use our legionnaires to keep them away from our front line. And as they start to stack up here, unfortunately their explosions don't hurt each other. That'd be cool if you could cause some sort of chain reaction. But as they start to stack up, that's when I'm going to drop this rain of fire here. And you'll see we're doing quite well. And let's get a polymorph. And they're starting to get into our units, so they're going to start exploding on them, killing them. But we have layers we can fall back to. Get a final overcharge bolt, so we're going to be hitting everything now. These zombies won't just be there taking all the hits. Keep them right here. Let them take all this damage. Even our sorcerer tower down here is firing, which is kind of why I placed this here and was considering a ranger tower here to apply poison and do the roots in this area. The sheep should be quite easy to take out. when they lose all their abilities, simply because they're basically going to be standing in the overcharge and the bolts. We're going to almost be hitting them no matter what. Let's call early, get some gold, and we can give these guys whirlwind and the range attack. So when they're not killing zombies, hopefully they'll be aiding these paladins. Oh no. Oh, we leaked a sheep. I can't believe it. They didn't aggro. Oh my god. Okay. Well, if we don't leak again, we still can count on getting enough stars. Were these guys just in a bad position? Damn. Well, that sucks. And having necromancers placed this close to our back line is kind of scary, so let's clear them out. Get some more overcharge, make sure that doesn't happen again. If we weren't prioritizing some of the upgrades here, I would have remembered to upgrade this Tesla tower, and that almost certainly would not have happened. But we're getting a little overwhelmed here. I can't believe what we look like we might leak here if I can't get this in time. And luckily I did. Yeah, we need to make sure we had this fully upgraded. They were really testing us there. And we don't want her to die in this melee. And all these zombies and skeletons are going to absorb all of our teleportations. Which is no good. So, achievement unlocked, 50 shots, 50 kills. So, giving our snipers better chances to fire. Are these fully upgraded? They're not. Let's do that. We're on wave 15 of 15. That was maybe a bit of a waste. And let's make sure we bring her down. Get a stronger elemental. And we'll use her to slow these guys quite a bit. Teleportation coming in huge again. Can't believe we leaked one guy and it was a sheep. That's unbelievable. I'm about to just restart this map right now. But we got it. That should still be 3 stars. Yeah. I think you have to leak. You have to get to around like 17 to get 2. That's okay. I'm not ashamed of that. That was solid. And now, of course, we're just getting stars for stars' sake. There's no upgrades to be had. And let me take a look at this. Okay, I think I remember this map a bit as well. So I think this is a 4-part mini campaign, which is awesome. They're all quite long as far as the levels go. And at this point, I'm just trying to show you guys the new maps, not bog you down too much with the heroic and iron mode challenges. If you know, I get more views on these videos and people want me to do those and show how I do them, I'll of course do them. However, I actually just bought Kingdom Rush Frontiers on PC. It was about $9–10, and I'm looking to make that kind of the second part of this series, and I'm excited to do that. So, you know, and after a couple more episodes, when I wrap up all of these different stages, I'll be able to show you guys the second game, which has more RPG elements, which I enjoy quite a bit. It has like hero leveling. So in this game, the heroes level during the course of the stage, and it disappears at the end of the stage. You go back to level 1, and you like rinse repeat every map, right? But in Kingdom Rush Frontiers, your heroes level from 1 to 10, and it can take almost the whole campaign to get them to 10. So, and you get, once again with the purchase of the PC version, we do unlock all the heroes. So I'll be able to show you guys a lot of different heroes that I haven't even had a chance to play with, and that should be quite fun. But I have time here to do another one of these maps. They're quite long though. That was almost 35 minutes of just pure map. And so hopefully this one isn't too long. It's a Nightfang Swale. It's not a word that I'm familiar with. But let me read the blurb for you guys. You will not find many places viler than the disgusting bog we must cross to get to Lord Blackburn's castle. Gathered witches fill the air with their unseemly chanting, which meshes perfectly with the cries of wild, hungry animals. These are the beings that serve a once great noble knight. From the putrid waters, dozens of dead bodies stare at us with empty eyes. Okay, so new map. Maybe we do a new hero. I love playing Thor, but I like kind of saving him for the epic ice maps. Let's go back to Oni. I only got to play him one time, and he's just a beastly melee lord. He might just chop up zombies and things, whatever's in this map. Yeah, let's jump in. And we only have one exit. That's great. Can focus a bit more. Oh, I know there's something with this. Some little Blair Witch Project stuff going on over here. Some witches gonna fly out of here. I don't quite remember what the I'm clicking on everything. What the gimmick of this map is, but I'm pretty sure it has something to do with witches in this spot here. So let's look to defend our one exit. So we have zombies, and abominations. This looks like quite a strong place for a dwarven bombard, as well as this being quite a good place for a barracks. Look to do something like that, place our barracks within good range of our bombard. And I'm seeing that it's kind of showing us, hey, guys are going to come out of the water here. So don't neglect that. And we are going to try not to. This could either be a great place for a barracks, that we can either move here or here, and you hear that witch's laughter. We probably want at least 2 dwarven bombards. So I think we're going to place them here and here, maybe the 2 strongest positions on the map. And we want to make sure we're not neglecting the other pieces. And I think this will be a barracks for us. It'll be a barracks here. And that looks fine. And this could be a barracks here. Coming back to there. And we can look to make towers here and here. Now the witches, if I remember right, oh man, I don't know, they could be highly magic resistant, which would make this kind of a rough placement. But I'm not gonna try and like cheese this at all. We're gonna do our best here with our own memories. Even another dwarven bombard would not be bad here. Once fully upgraded, maybe making these 2 Teslas and this one like a Big Bertha could be solid. I'm looking at this as a musketeer and this one as a ranger. But let's get this here. Upgrade that. That here, and I do feel like we're a bit thin when it comes to our barracks options. Still have 230 gold. We want to spend that. And there will be an abomination here. So that's worth knowing. Let's just go for a ranger tower here.
Archers ready. Bullseye.
And I think that's fine. Alright guys, wish me luck. It's been a long time since I've done these levels. And Oni is very powerful if you remember him from one of the earlier videos. Just need to back him up and get him some levels. And then he'll eventually become a killing machine for us. He has a high HP pool. So I don't know exactly what the damage number is on these A-bombs and their explosiveness. But he might even be able to survive that. Let's just put some damage on this guy. It's hard early game to do 2,500 damage. And yeah, we pulled him out just in time. Let's get him back in the fight. Oh, this is rough. We need him here. Badly. Come on, Oni. Zombies, zombies, giant rats. I think we can call early, and we need to call early because we need gold. Have to get these guys upgraded kind of ASAP because they really are useless against zombies. Zombies, despite being chaff, they're stronger than our footmen. So they may look like they're just straight up chaff units, but they're really not. A tier 1 barracks doesn't really do anything. If you remember, the giant rats are quite scary versus any kind of hero unit. They apply this plague debuff. Yeah, let's just handle that. Zombies and 2 abominations down south. So let's call them early. Okay, so new enemies for us. Black hags. These eerie black-robed women fly on their brooms casting wicked spells. So they have great magic resistance, worth noting, and they fly. And they can cause a curse. So maybe this was a good placement, and we need to get a musketeer up ASAP. Oh god. They have decent HP. Let the Legionnaires kind of do some damage to them. I don't know where they're going. I was hoping to hit them with the Legionnaire here. Okay. Kind of an interesting flight pattern on them. Hoping the Legionnaires will take her out. Okay, good. So Oni's doing work, holding back one of these A-bombs. Yeah, we desperately need the gold here. Let's let Oni heal. The A-bomb's gonna explode, but we can drop some fire here to take care of those rats. Make sure we're not leaking into something silly. Yeah, we might just need the musketeer garrisons purely for their one-shot ability on the A-bombs to keep them in check down here. And they cause plague as well, which will be quite devastating to Oni. He commits seppuku. I didn't notice that before. That's hilarious. So, skeleton warriors coming down the center. Oni should be back up soon. We really want to get these at least a single Tesla online. And we prioritized these musketeer towers. I don't feel like that was a mistake. Having Oni is great for taking out the ground, but having a versatile caster hero might have been very effective as well. Hopefully this tower decides to shoot the witch. The AI is locking on to what it perceives as the best threat, because it's technically closer to our backline, but the biggest threat here is definitely the witch. Okay, there we go. Some more wargs, wargs, wargs. So lots of ground units to test us. I can't believe it's going to make me rain of fire her. And Oni goes down again, but that's okay. Gonna be just in time to come here and fight. I'm gonna send him here. We have quite a few guys here and along this line, so that's not the area I'm worried about. We need his AoE to help deal with these wards. And there we go, Tesla online, but we really need these upgrades before we can rely on it too heavily. Call in more wargs. And a new enemy, okay. This is somebody I remember. And I think there are even more tiers of this as well. So the werewolves, once formidable warriors, now crazed with bloodlust. Fast speed, high damage, and HP regen, which is the scary part. So they'll tear up basically anything but a paladin or an upgraded berserker. Send enough guys there just to block them up, and we can drop some fire on them. They have decent health, really good damage, and they attack kind of fast, and they have low magic resistance as well. Could have sworn there was something we could click on here, some kind of interactive element. The Rangers hideout. And we can play further back with our guys. Which is solid. Get some poison. It's been quite a few levels since we've seen the Rangers tower. Oh, and he's doing those big death strikes. Let's make sure he heals up before this all goes down. And at the moment I'm looking at this tower and I want to upgrade it. I would prioritize this over further upgrades for this at the moment, for this other Tesla. And that's because once upgraded to a Tesla, this becomes another anti-air tower for us, which we need. And luckily we have a ton of anti-air with 2 musketeer garrisons and a rangers. That's pure physical damage, which is great against these witches. And our legionnaires are also quite effective at taking them down. That's a lot of skeletons. Let's go ahead and nuke them. And what do we have? 2 abominations. So that's kind of more what I'm afraid of at the moment, is the abominations. I feel like they're the bigger threat. And I want to call this early because I want that gold. And I upgraded these guys because they're at kind of the crux of these 2 abomination points. And I think we really want 2 musketeer towers here and an arcane here for one-shots against these guys. So the hags, unfortunately, are going to be turning our defenders into frogs. Let's upgrade this and look to get another musketeer garrison. He's doing, Oni by himself is just doing great damage to these A-bombs. He's only level 8 still. But that's okay. Quite tanky. Let's nuke this. Let's get that gold from those witches so we can put up another musketeer. Man, and these witches, their little drive-bys are really messing with us. And we don't want Oni to die. So here we go. Here's the next tier of werewolves, which I was kind of remembering, is the Lycans. Powerful warriors that shift into terrible beasts. Health regeneration, they spread lycanthropy, and they shift into a werewolf. So the way to kill these guys is not with soldiers. And they also have magic resistance. So let's bring our hero to fight them. Because the last thing we want to do is have them start turning our defenders into werewolves. And I don't know if that only procs when they die. But you see, right before he could kill him, he turned into his werewolf form. Now let's get a big Bertha here and hope that it can do some major damage for us. But yeah, you can get into a lot of trouble if they start converting your front line into werewolves, because they are quite powerful units on their own. A good way to defend against them would probably be to use something like elementals. And I'm not sure, I think they actually have to kill your unit to turn them. That would be worth knowing, for sure, because the tankier we can make our front line, the less likely they'll be to turn them into a werewolf. And then that's kind of like the less scared we have to be of them. Let's nuke that. There's just too many guys for us to hold back. And we're going to upgrade them just so we can make them into barbarians and give them a ranged opponent. Help us take down witches. It'll provide our paladins with some backup whenever they're engaged. We can back them up just a little. That was not quite right. And let's get a sorcerer mage here. It'll allow our 2 musketeers to do more damage with their armor debuffs. as well as give us the opportunity to turn abominations into sheep and to have an elemental which is quite good at stopping up all of these units. As we saw in the last battle, the elementals can hold back the A-bombs for days. Also, we don't mind them taking the plague. On wave 12, we're doing fine. Let's get the cluster bomb there. Yeah, let's send him up here to deal with the werewolves. And we'll look to make these guys paladins as soon as possible. Drop some fire there. There we go. And let's get some knights there. We seem to be leaking a bit. There's no bueno. We need to upgrade this right now. Oni's doing work. We have more hags coming. Getting a bit overwhelmed. Make sure our frontliners are strong enough to deal. Send Oni here to help deal with these guys. Okay, that turned him into a werewolf, and I'm pretty sure he wasn't dead. So that's what we needed to know. Let's kill these guys. Put some fire on the map. Do some damage to these skeletons and things. And I'm worried we don't have enough AoE to deal with these skeletons here. It's quite possible we needed another Tesla. Upgrading that because they do have AoE. But are we gonna survive here? Barely. Can we kill this witch? Yes. Yes, yes. That was too dang close. What do we got? Giant rats, were rats. Let's get our paladins some more buffers. And we need some more big damage here. On these guys to prevent them from overwhelming us with their lycanthropy. Make sure Oni's in the fight. We need his DPS. Paladin's getting a nice upgrade. And we're going to place the elemental right in the middle, helping us to layer our defense. And the idea here was to get another Tesla tower. Don't want to get overwhelmed by anything. Lots of werewolves coming in here for the last tier. Probably not a good idea to send in our legionnaires against them either. And we have a lot of gold to spend, so let's get a Tesla and upgrade it. Upgrade that a bit, make it more effective. I would love to get Wrath of the Forest upgraded. And we don't want these guys turning all of our paladins into werewolves, so let's kill them right away. Yeah, let's get that upgraded. Get tier 2 Wrath of the Forest and some stronger poison arrows. This is the final wave, so let's hold here. Man, Oni's taking a ton of damage. Let's bring him back. We don't want him to die. If he dies here, we're just done. Get some AoE, some shotgun shrapnel shots on our musketeers. Boost the armor on our paladins. Alright, Oni in the background doing work for us. And I think that's it. That was a bit of a nail biter there. We never did get the ranged upgrade for our barbarians. That was maybe a bit of a mistake. But we made it through. You could see how these would be much harder on veteran. And there we go. We made it all the way to Castle Blackburn, which is the boss level. And maybe we'll do that one in the next one. So without further ado, guys, my name is Brett. My channel is Good Talk Gaming. I appreciate you watching. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Leave a comment if you want, and I'll be sure to reply to it down below. Alright guys, without any further ado, thank you for watching and have a great day.